my ideas of start with, give children something to talk about, give them a purpose to talk. You know, sometimes in our language lessons or other lessons across the curriculum, we sometimes start with something exciting. We start with a video clip, or we start with a poem or a story or an experience. How often do we start with something like that for maths? A rhetorical question, okay. That's why I wanted to start with the popcorn video. If you start with something, you generate that, ooh, lots of questions, lots of thought. I wonder what could happen, what's he doing now? But start with that competition. Start with stories. I mean, you might think why there's a great big fruit basket out the front here. Yesterday, foundation phase, we were looking at stories to start with a story. So in Handa's surprise story, the little girl carries a load of fruit in a basket on her head to her friend in the next village. But you could ask the question, well, how heavy was her basket? So you get all the real fruit out. Purposeful talk. How are we going to work out how heavy her basket is? What will we need? It's those sorts of things. There's a story here about the storm whale. There's a wonderful clip on the BBC website, The Blue Planet, of a whale. And David Attenborough is doing his voiceover. And it's almost quite moving the way he's describing it, but he's comparing the size of it to things like its tail is as big as a small aircraft or something like that. And what I've actually done, you know, starting with the story for our maths lesson, we've looked at the video, then we've gone outside and the children have raided the PE shed and they've recreated the size of this blue whale in their playground to see how big is it. If it were to be here today, how big is it? And it's that sort of inspiring children to want to find out the answers to these questions, but then letting them explore it further. There's another book here linking to environmental education and things. You know, if the world were a village, and again it sort of links to, well, how many people would be this, how many people would be that, how big the village would be. So it's those sort of really good starting points: a picture, a story, a poem, a song, an experience.